Hello, everyone. Welcome to another installment on our Rural Races series that we're doing on running as a Democrat or a liberal in rural communities. It's been a little bit since the last one. We've had a lot of things going on around here recently. Today, coming from my living room, you might see a dog or two pop up here. You might hear the hamsters or the gerbils running around a little bit. Who knows? It's a busy household between animals and kids. So if you hear weird noises, there's a train in the background. I don't know if this little microphone thing that I bought picked that up or not. So I do apologize. It's a learning experience as we do all this. So it's fun. It's new. We'll learn as we go, like we do everything else here. Today we're going to be kind of going on ourselves and if you are ready to run a race. Last time we did, are you physically able to get where you need to go? Transportation, extremely important. This is too. It's a big commitment to want to run in one of these races. It's tough on your mind, it's tough on your body, and it's extremely tough on your family as well. It's not just you that's involved in this anymore. If you have kids, a lot of things are going to be involving them, especially if they're at an age where they kind of have friends that might know what's going on around if they follow politics or their parents follow anything, especially in a very red area. They might hear from their friends, oh, my dad's a Trump supporter and we hate Democrats, everything like that. And these kids don't know, but it can come back on your family. So we'll go over a few things on that today and kind of pick it up from there. So for yourself, your own physical health, make sure that you're okay with the stress. I'm going to get that right out in the open is that it is not easy by any means to do this. You need to be well aware in advance that even if you're doing it as a kind of placeholder and you're just there to put your name on a ballot and try to get a few people to come out and not run in a real serious race, it's still incredibly stressful. The amount of paperwork you need to get involved with just to be able to do this, even if you're not doing anything else campaigning wise, it's a lot. When you're actually going on campaign trails and keeping up with everything, I'm just going to stick with the paperwork. I mean, you got your receipts that you got to keep track of, all your political spending you got to keep track of. You got to make sure you know where you're at, what time you need to be somewhere. It's beyond just a normal schedule. I mean, you can really get it down to the minute of when you need to get to a place, do everything you need to do, and then get up and leave again to get to your next event. It's incredibly planned out. So just know that it's going to be stressful on you. It's not for everybody. It's not. It's not to try to sit there and tell you don't do it. Because if you're even thinking about doing it, do it. Absolutely. But I don't want to sugarcoat anything, is that it's not easy. And it doesn't get any easier the more you do it. I've already ran twice in state elections here, and it's just as stressful the second time because it's just as much paperwork, it's just as much running around. And the better you do, there's just even more to keep track of. So we'll go with that. Be aware that you are going to be under an incredible amount of stress. And what you cannot do is take that stress and take it out on your family. They are going to be a huge support system. My wife was there for damn near every event, every single parade. She was driving the truck so we could get everything else done. She was a go to person. And if I would have been anywhere near upset with her on anything and she would have stopped helping me, that wouldn't have been good. I would have been dead in the water. So, know in advance there that it is going to be one of the most stressful times in your life, and you need that support system behind you. You need your friends and family, especially. And again, it's going to be stressful on them. My wife works in manufacturing, it's a very blue collar, down to earth place. I worked the same place for 8 years. I loved it. It's very right leaning place to go. It's just kind of fact of the nature of not only being up here, but the type of work it was. It's, manufacturing. You don't get a lot of white collar work there. It's what it is. So being out there as the wife of someone who's very liberal and an outspoken DFL supporter and DFL are running, she got, I won't say a lot of flack at all because, everyone was very respectful of her for the most part. But she got a lot of the criticism that would normally go towards me going towards her. So what should have been my issues to deal with were now her issues to deal with. And that happens on your spouse. That'll happen on your kids, like I mentioned earlier. Is especially with my last name, very, very uncommon. There's only a few of us in the whole entire country. So it's not like, an Olson or a Larson for around here. I'll just use that as an example where there's 100,000 of them. You can blend right in and be like, oh, no, it's not my family. I'm that other one there. So be prepared. Make sure that everyone is on board with you if you're going to do this. This is not a decision to run that is yours to make alone. It sounds weird saying that because, hey, it's me. I'm going to run. I'm doing this. I'm going to put my name on the ballot. No, you are, but unless you have the support of everyone in your household, that can backfire on you very, very quickly, and you will not have a warm, welcoming home to come home to. And you need that. You need that nice spot to lay your head at night to get rid of that stress. So, talk about that with your significant other if you have one. Talk about it with your kids before you make that decision that you're going to run for office. Even running smaller stuff, school board, city council, anything like that, where you're not putting down a partisan membership. You're not putting down your Republican, you're not putting down your DFL or Libertarian Party, whatever you got. It still needs to be something you discuss with your significant other before you do it. I don't even know how long it's been. 20. I suppose it would have been 2016 is I ran for city council, just something to do. Cost me $25 to put my name on the ballot. That was still kind of stressful because I had to still go out and talk to everybody there. And people ask me like, oh, is that your husband? Why is he running? What are you doing? What's going on here? When's he been involved with politics? And it's like, just know that once you get that name out there, it's not just your name, it's your entire family. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for the stress that it puts onto your family and that everyone is on board with it. It can ruin relationships. It absolutely can. I'm not going to sugarcoat that again. All of these series that we're going to be doing is to try to give you a very realistic view on what can happen. So make sure everyone is on board. Personally, I would say that you need to have, I'm not going to say make sure that you're healthy enough to do this, but make sure that your doctor knows that you're going to be doing something a little bit different, that you're able to deal with the stress and that you have an outlet. Take some time for yourself all the time. Campaigning is a full-time job on top of everything else you have to do. So you cannot stick on it the entire, 4, 6, 8 months that you choose to do it without some sort of outlet. Find a healthy one. Don't let the stress get to you so much. But just know it's the work. It's the work that you have to love to do, to put in. Yeah. It sounds very, very simple, and I know it doesn't seem like much, but it is. It's these little tiny things that people think that you would know, but no one really brings it up, and we need to get these things out in the open. Like just how stressful it is and how it can be a big pain in the ass to your entire family on what you choose to do here. So we're going to keep going little by little, topic by topic, so that I can keep these things under 20 minutes like some of my other rants that go on. Um, so we covered transportation, covered kind of the initial stress of running, of what can happen when you run on this. Uh, like I said, I do apologize on the delay on this one. I'm going to keep adding these as we go. I got a new little microphone and light here. Hopefully, it sounds a little bit better as we keep doing this. Again, people keep sending topics. There's been a few comments that have put on there, and they're going to get added onto the list. The whole goal of what I'm trying to do at the start here is to get all the stuff covered before you'd even sign your name to a piece of paper, before you'd even start talking to anybody else about actually getting on a ballot. Um, it's just covering everything leading up to it. So next time we'll go over a few more things. Then we'll kind of get into talking to your local party leaders and finding out who you should talk to see who else would be good resources for you. We're going to get into a little bit about fundraising and signing some papers. I'm not going to go a lot into actually signing up because there is a lot of better resources out there to handle all the legalese on that, and I don't want to give bad information on that. So little things at a time. Try to keep these videos a little bit shorter. So again, I thank everyone that has commented and liked these videos. Uh, I know everyone's always like and subscribe. I don't know actually what the algorithm does for anything, but I'm going to try to make this work and keep it up and hopefully get a few people inspired. Uh, Thank you all. And you all have a good night.